and we have a guest from the Satanic Temple. He is the High Priest Brian Warner.
Hello, Jesse. How are you?
All is well. Thank you so much for coming on. A few things about the Satanic Temple. I've never heard of this before. I don't know what it means and what you guys do.
Sure. Are you familiar with Anton LaVey?
No.
It's a very humanist, natural religion. It's actually the extreme lack of religion. We're atheists. So we don't believe in a heaven or a hell. So it wasn't until we adapted ourselves as a religion that we can now enjoy the same rights and privileges that everybody else can. Whether it be trying to teach BS creationism in school or whatever it might be, whether it be the Hobby Lobby situation here, where we believe that a woman's right to her body is her choice and not some Christian lawmakers. In the Hobby Lobby situation...
You support same-sex marriage and all that crap too?
Here's the thing. Marriage was around for thousands of years before Christianity, as long as you are a tax-paying free citizen in
so
this country.
So is that a yes?
What was that?
Is that a yes?
That's an absolute yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Let me ask. So the Satanic Temple, is that a building, a church building, a temple?
Yeah, we are a national organization with, at this point, with 10,000 plus members, with physical locations in multiple cities.
And so, do you go to this church, whatever you call it, on Sunday mornings?
What you call a mass, we call a proclamation of personal sovereignty. We don't believe that praying for something is going to bring some sort of supernatural entity down from the sky and intervene in our lives. I'm not that ignorant. But we encourage people to look within, not above.
And when you look within, what are you looking for?
Yourself. Understand that you are your own God. Your choices and your decisions affects the outcome of your life.
So you created. You created yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Every man creates his own heaven. Every man creates his own hell.
Brian, how did you create yourself?
Well, let's see. I'm 34 years old. I grew up on the streets of Chicago. I was 14 years old and homeless half my life. I'm adopted. My mother was raised.
How did you create this body that you live in?
I'm explaining that. So at 21 years old, I finally graduated high school. By 23, I became a commodities broker. I made my first $1 million by 28. I blew it, spent it, and now I own 7 different registered S corporations in excess of over $1 million in revenue a year. Again, I should be unpacking boxes at UPS right now, but because a person can have perseverance and direction, and they can achieve anything they want in this world.
But Brian, how did you create your body? How did you create your body?
Easy. My mother had sex with my father, and I came out.
So you didn't have anything. So you didn't have anything to do with that personally, right?
No. But do I have the choice to continue living, or do I have the choice to end it? Yeah, absolutely.
So
everything in life is a choice.
So you didn't create your own body. You had nothing to do with that. How about the spirit that lives in your body?
You mean the spirit that you can't prove it? You mean the spirit that you can't prove exists?
Do you have life in your body?
Do I have light in my body?
Life.
What does that even mean?
Life, not light.
Yes,
life.
My heart beats, and if my heart stops beating, you can put a defibrillator on my heart and re-kickstart my heart and bring me back to life.
And how did you put this life in your body?
Easy. I said that before. My mother had sex with my father. I was the outcome. That's what happens when 2 biological creatures procreate. It's very simple.
I'm trying to get a really good understanding of what you guys are about. So you go to this place that you call the Satanic Temple, and do you worship Satan? What do you guys say in the building? What do you do? What do you do while you're there?
Satan to us is a metaphorical construct.
So you see Satan as a joke. What do you and Lucifer talk about?
Obviously, launching the monument that we're putting up in Oklahoma next to the monument of the 10 Commandments, or whether it be the Black Mass that we had at Harvard, or whether it be us holding the same-sex satanic ceremony over the grave of Fred Phelps' mother from the Westboro Baptist Church, or any of the Hobby Lobby situation. A lot of it's more of a political rather than a spiritual conversation.
When you guys go to your temple, you just talk about how to bash the good folks?
Yeah, I was raised Catholic. My family is very evangelical. I've read the Bible cover to cover, and I find it for the repulsing piece of garbage that it is.
Your father, your father, mother are Christians?
Yes, devout, born again, absolutely, and that came about recently.
And so you
However,
were raised
being Italian, I was raised Catholic.
And you were raised by your both parents. Who were you closest to while growing up?
I never met my father, so only my mother.
Oh, no wonder.
Well, no, I had a stepfather that
no
was in my
wonder.
life since I was 2 years. I've had a stepfather that was involved in my life since I was 2 years old, and he is my father to me.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
The man loved and cared for me since I was a small child. I care about him very much.
Where's your dad?
Unknown.
Do you desire to see him?
No, not at all.
Did you desire to see him?
I desire to see him about as much as he's desired to see me in the last 34 years.
So you do.
I got over my mommy and daddy issues a long, long time ago.
Why are you angry at your father then?
I'm not angry at my father.
Yes, you are.
Oh no, I could care less. How can I be angry with somebody I never knew?
That's why you're angry.
Yeah, no, I'm not angry at all. Like
you're
I said,
angry because
I grew up with a great father. My father was amazing.
You're
he was a
angry,
great guy. He
Brian.
just happened to not be blood, but that doesn't make him any less of my father.
Brian, you're angry because your father was not there for you, and that's why
are you so angry?
And that's why you've turned. Hold on, calm down. That's why you've turned away from God. Because you hate your father.
Are you just that blind and delusional? I mean, really? Whoever said I was angry? I didn't say I was angry. You said I was angry. You made a false accusation and called me angry, which that isn't even the case.
No, you are. You're very
redundancy of the conversation.
Brian, you're a very angry person.
No, I'm not at all. I'm actually probably one of the most blissful, happy people you could ever meet in life.
It's all fake.
There is a type of
It's all fake,
Brian. That's all I care about.
You are one of the most unhappy people on earth. You put on a fake person.
What are you talking about? First of all, you've never even met me, so that's a very gross.
You put on a fake personality in public. But in the privacy of your own room,
what are you talking about?
When no one else is around,
you can make this assumption about how I am in the privacy of my own home.
When no one else,
how can you even make that sort of assumption on how I act in my own home?
When no one else is,
how do I know that you don't go home and do some sadomasochism stuff and get a ball gag in your mouth with a hooker with a dildo up your ass?
Brian,
I mean, really,
Brian, you can't speak like that on the radio. Hey, calm down. You can't talk like that on the radio.
Then quit making gross over-assumptions on things you know absolutely nothing about. Typical Christian.
Brian.
Typical Christian.
Brian.
A person that,
Relax, man.
They have the facts in front of them, and they make these over-assumptions on things they know nothing about.
Brian, in the privacy of your home where you are alone and no one is around, you're one of the most unhappy...
How the hell do you even know that?
Conflicted.
You don't know that. You just made that up. You
Conflicted.
just made that up, and now you want to walk around saying it's a fact. It's not a fact.
No.
You have no evidence to support that.
I have no doubt about that.
You've never been to my home. You've never met my family. How the hell can you even make that sort of assumption? You can't.
Look how you carrying on. A happy person wouldn't carry on this way.
You're right, because I don't like the character assassination.
Because you're an angry person.
Excuse me?
Because you're an angry, unhappy man.
You're right. I am angry with people that feel as though that they have the right to impose their religious
No, you're
beliefs on
angry
everybody.
because your father wasn't there for you, and you turned against God.
What are you talking about? I just told you like 5 times I had a father in my life.
But he's not your real father. He's not your real father.
My father married my mother when I was 2 years old. I don't remember not having him there. So what the hell are you talking about?
Well, you just proved my point that you're an angry male. But
You're right. I'm angry with people like you.
But you said you were not.
You have the right to tell everybody else how to act.
You said you were not. You said you were not an angry person. You lied.
No, I'm not an angry person when I'm at home. When I go out in the world and I have to deal with ignorant people like yourself that are making these gross assumptions about a person's character that they've never met. You think that you have the right to go and spread your word of God, codify law, that makes everybody else follow your rules. Well, newsflash, dude. Most of the country doesn't believe what you believe.
But
we have Christians, Jews, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists,
Dude.
atheists, most of those people don't believe it. So what the hell do you think that you have the right to go ahead and tell other people how to live their life and codify law to make it happen?
Brian.
You going after laws like this is no different than Sharia law.
Hey, dude.
And I see it for the same thing.
Hey,
and
dude.
it's very funny to me because if you took that Hobby Lobby situation and
We-
you remove the word Christian from
Let's
that
get to that.
situation and
Hold
then put
on.
the word Muslim, you'll find all the people that
Brian.
are supporting Hobby Lobby foaming at the mouth against it.
Brian, okay, but let me tell you this. The only way you're going to ever be happy, Brian, you got to forgive your father for not being there with you.
Dude, what are you talking? You don't even know a thing about me.
You do.
Forgive my father.
Yeah.
Why don't you forgive Jesse Jackson?
And then forgive your mother.
Or why don't you go forgive Al Sharpton?
That's funny, Andre. Welcome back. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Thank you so much for being with me. The lines are smoking right now, but the number to call in is 888-77533. What am I saying? Maybe I'm being seduced by a Satanist.
I own 7 registered S corporations. I have 100+ employees. As a business owner myself, I do believe that everybody has the right to run their company the way that they see fit. Nobody's got a gun to your head telling you have to work for Hobby Lobby. So that part of that freedom, I respect. And then hence the reason why we wouldn't send the government in to shut down something that we don't like, something that Christians do on a very regular basis. They see something they don't like, and they feel as though they have the right to
You're
not
just
be
making up
offended.
stuff. You do
Well,
realize that nonprofits help people, and that's why they're exempt.
No, really? Nonprofits help people?
Yes. But let me ask, there's scientific proof out there now that abortion causes all types of problems for women. Depression.
Sure. Hey, and let me guess, written by Christian scientists?
And so,
it's funny because, I always hear Christians make these exaggerated claims of, there's scientific proof. Really? Cite the proof.
And so
show me the report.
Hold on, Brian.
Show me the report signed by a person a scientist, not of your faith. You can do that, and then I might listen to what you have to say next. But you don't.
Brian,
you want to sit here and throw out a thing
hold on.
Science is proven. Really? Well, show me the work. Show me the report.
Brian,
you can't.
Brian, calm down. Calm down, man. You're not acting like a man right now.
I'm trying to finish my question. You keep interrupting me. So
I know, but you're not acting like a man. Calm down.
You're going to pay a lot more in taxes for welfare, subsidized housing, education. You're going to pay a lot more in taxes to support that kid for the next 18 years than you are going to be to terminate an unwanted pregnancy.
Does the baby have a choice to live or die?
No, because the baby is in the embryo. It's not a human being. An acorn is not a tree. A silkworm is not a dress. A sperm cell going into an egg cell is not a human being.
Brian,
it's not a difficult concept.
Let's take some calls. Let's go out to Nashville, Tennessee, and talk to Jarvis.
Well, I hate to tell you, you idiot, you didn't get here by yourself. I hate to tell you that.
You're right. We already covered that. My mother had sex with my father. That's how I got here.
No, it ain't had nothing to do with that. You need to recognize what's
No,
going
that's
on,
exactly
son.
what it had to do with. I think you need to go back to like high school biology. Maybe you failed sex ed and you don't know how babies are made.
Hey, let me tell you something. You trust that book that changes on the daily basis, a science book that changes on the daily basis.
You want to tell me about trust in a book, yet you read from the Bible? Are you kidding me?
Don't change.
Okay, let's quote a few Bible verses, shall we?
The science book changes every day. The science book changes every day.
Yeah, I know. You know why? Because it's called discovering new evidence and furthering your hypothesis.
It is a lie because they don't know what it is. It's a lie. You know that.
Let me take a break. Thank you, Jarvis. Back in a moment. Well, it's clear that Brian is a hater. Brian, it's clear that you are a hater. You have a lot of anger.
Oh, you're right. I'm not denying that.
And
but
you are,
and your nature,
nature is that of your father, the devil. You just don't want to admit it out, but you do serve Satan. Let's go to Guy out of Phoenix, Arizona. Guy, you're on with Brian.
Good morning, Jesse, and thanks for exposing this guy. When he called, he says he grew up on the streets of Chicago, homeless, and he became a millionaire and all this other good garbage. This man is a liar, and all he's trying to do is get across a political point.
Oh, really? The difference is I have the tax
hey,
returns
buddy,
to prove
let
it,
me
so.
talk. Hey, let me talk. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Jesse.
Well, you
not
called
you.
in and I'm on the phone, so guess
fool.
what? You're going to deal with it.
Not you. He's an angry man. that lied right at the
And you're an
beginning of the
ignorant
thing,
person
and
that
he
knows
keeps on
absolutely
lying.
nothing
He
about
don't
me.
know
So
even
I
word
like
he
you calling me a
stands up.
liar
Hey,
when you have absolutely
I
no
just
evidence
called
to
you a
support your
liar.
facts. You live in Arizona.
You are a liar.
I'd like to know how you were so
You
familiar
are
with my
a
upbringing
liar.
in Chicago.
Hey, big streets, and you became a millionaire. Big whoopee-doo.
Yeah,
You're a
well, you
rock
called me a
star.
liar, and
Big
I backed it up with I have the tax
You
returns to
perform
prove it.
in front of a
How's
bunch
life
of
living in the
kids
trailer,
with
dude?
much. You without any common sense, and you have
Without any
no
common sense. Please
at
tell me
all.
more how the
Hey,
world was
you
created by
are
a woman who was made out of
liar.
rib, convinced by talking
You're
snake deep from a
liar.
mess.
You're a liar.
What?
You're a liar.
I'm a liar. Is that
You're
really
a
all the
liar.
ammunition you have? Is
You're
you're
a
a liar with
liar.
nothing to back it
Brian,
up?
thank you for coming on.
You don't
I
even
appreciate
know
it.
who you're
Thank you, Brian.